From the digital state-of-the-art studios at Dean College, this is WGAF Franklin, Massachusetts. Power 88. Southeastern New England's hottest rock. All day long.
Good morning. You are listening to the Alex Feuz Show, bringing you all of the news, sports debates, interviews with people you all care about, and so much more. Every single weekday on Dean College Power 88 Radio, broadcasting live from 7 to 8 a.m. And now, here's your host, Alex Feuz.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning. I am your host, Alex Feuz, and we have so much to talk about today. Alex Murray joining me in the studio this morning, bringing you up until the 8 o'clock hour. Alex Murray, social media coordinator of the show and also producer of the Alex Feuz Show. Her and I will be talking about the Patriots. They're still undefeated, now 8-0 after defeating the Browns yesterday, and Baker Mayfield looked no different than Sam Darnold and any other quarterback that Tom Brady has faced. This Sunday, though, going up against the Baltimore Ravens might be the biggest test the Patriots have had all season long. Also, we could see potentially a new World Series champion crowned tomorrow night between the Astros and the Nationals. The Astros were able to sweep the homestand in Washington, D.C., now on a 3-game win streak and kind of putting the Nationals on a 3-game skid that has chilled them down a little bit. And now also top 5 news headlines of the day. We're going to be talking about the strange injuries that Sam Darnold has faced. Also, the new Batman movie and who's playing Batman as well. And then also, again, what national day is it today? But before we get started and talking about the Patriots game and the World Series game on Sunday, Halloween is this week, Alex. Are you excited for Halloween? Are you a big Halloween fan?
I love Halloween. I never am the one with the best costume.
You're never the one with the best costume?
No, I never have I always think of a good idea like the day after. When I'm like, I'm going to save it for next year, I forget about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, at this game, right? Or at the Halloween costumes ideas. We had a dance here on the campus this past weekend. Someone dressed up. Did you ever watch iCarly?
Yeah.
Someone dressed up as T-Bop. They had donuts, like a donut stick.
For real? Wait, that's so cool. I would never thought of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, see, that's a good idea. They had the orange polo and everything. It was really good.
See, I'm trying to think of something funny like that because I like the funny costumes better.
Yeah, no, 100%. Also, again, Halloween this week, but also we have to send it over to Alex Murray for the train traffic and weather updates. Alex, it was raining a lot this past Sunday. I don't like rain. And I looked at the weather outline for the rest of the week, and it seems like almost every day but today is going to be rainy.
Yeah, it's not looking best, but for right now in Franklin, Mass, it's 48 degrees. It'll reach a high of 56. Hit a low of 47, and the rest of the day is supposed to be clear and cloudy. For traffic, there's major congestion on Route 93 from Blue Hills Reservation all the way into South Boston. Route 24 is backed up from Brockton all the way to Blue Hills Reservation. There is a slowdown where Route 95 and Alex Feuz.
Well, thank you, Alex. And now, once again, the Patriots remain undefeated, now 8-0. And Bill Belichick recorded his 300th career victory this past Sunday. Alex, the Patriots defense continues to be the strong point of this team. Yes, the offense of the Patriots is unbeatable as they are 8-0, but still, this Patriots defense is unbelievable.
Yes, they're doing much better than I expect them to do. Usually, they're a little rough every year, and then they pick it back up in the playoffs, of course. But this year, they're looking strong throughout the whole season.
So once again, Bill Belichick was 39 years old when he coached the Cleveland Browns to a win over the New England Patriots in 1991, his first as an NFL coach, and now he got his 300th as the head coach of the New England Patriots against the Cleveland Browns. How about that for a full circle effect?
I was just about to say that. That's actually pretty crazy.
So once again, Bill Belichick picked up his 300th career victory as head coach, and once again, Tom Brady, an absolute stud yesterday. He threw for 259 yards and 2 touchdown passes to help the Patriots get their 8th victory of the season and remain undefeated. And once again, the Patriots going up against the Baltimore Ravens, the biggest test that they are going to have to face this season, this upcoming Sunday. The Ravens offense is very tough, and it's going to be an incredible test for this Patriots team, and most likely the biggest test that they've had to face so far this season.
Yeah, I do think the Ravens are going to be the toughest team they've played this season, because the first 8 weeks have been not so hard for the New England Patriots with who they've been playing. But I do think, earlier in the season, the Ravens did lose to the Chiefs. So I guess that gives us a little bit better chance, I feel, of us beating the Ravens. It looks better out for us. If they were to defeat such a great team like, Patrick Mahomes, I would be a little more nervous. But since they did fall to that team, I have a better feeling about us going into this week.
You make a great point, and the Patriots will eventually have to face the Chiefs as well this season. And I feel like the Chiefs are really the only other team that can beat the Patriots. Patrick Mahomes, again, it has to be kind of testy with him. It seems like the Chiefs are pushing him back very early. Again, he dislocated his right knee after a quarterback sneak just a few weeks ago. And now the Patriots going up against the Ravens. And let's face it, Alex, if you look at the division that the Patriots are in, right, you have to face 2 games against the Dolphins, 2 games against the Bills, 2 games against the Jets. Again, those are the teams that are so easy to defeat. That's not even competition. And that's the thing that the Patriots are just really capitalizing on.
I mean, yeah, people blame their schedule for how good they are and how good they're doing, but they don't choose their schedule. They have to work with the schedule they're given. So if they're winning games. They're supposed to do. They get the schedule and they win the games. That's all they're doing. They're not doing anything wrong. It's not like they're getting a better favor. They're just given a schedule and they're beating the teams that they're given to play.
Also, these teams that they're facing, it almost reminds me back, if we go back 2 to 3 years ago in the NBA. It was the Golden State Warriors going up against whatever team LeBron James was on. And that's what it kind of is. And now look at the NBA this year, where you have so much competition is leveled across the playing field. And I think this NBA season is going to be one of the most must-see NBA seasons in recent memory. There's so many great even teams, even competition levels. But in the NFL this year, it seems like it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and then whatever team Tom Brady's playing on.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Brady's never switched from the Patriots, so for the past, like you said, it's a dynasty. They've been doing good ever since 2001. They have not really slowed down since. I mean, yeah, everyone's getting really mad about how the Patriots are always winning, always in the top. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I am a New England fan. I love the Patriots. I like to see them win. I mean, I guess it would be nice, how like you said in the NBA, it was the Golden State Warriors and whatever team LeBron's on at that point. It's every year they're in the finals, and it got a little boring after a while. And I can see how for other people who aren't a fan of the Patriots, how it can get boring after a while seeing the same team in the Super Bowl.
Alex, do you feel like Tom Brady's ever going to play in another team that's not the New England Patriots?
No. It doesn't make sense, because by his last few years, I think he's going to retire at 45. That's my call. But why would he switch teams all of a sudden the last few years of his career?
Well, George Hathaway, one of the executive producers on the show, is shaking his head yes. George, you honestly think that the Patriots and Tom Brady aren't going to be together?
There's a lot of speculation that he is. He has his house on the market. He's rumored to void his contract at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And he also told Sanu that he'd give him his number 12. So
Well, I think that was just a joke.
I don't know.
You honestly
And
think
Brady's
Tom
been
Brady?
really frustrated lately playing on this team. Him and Kraft aren't getting along. He's very upset with Kraft after
They said this
AD
5 years
left.
ago.
What?
They said this 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, but who knows? I mean, I just think a lot of it's adding up that Brady could leave. I hope he stays though, but a lot of it's kind of pointing towards the way that he might be leaving.
I don't buy it. I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
I mean, that's up to your own opinion, but
Well, yes, but every single year, that's the thing. I just proved it right here. Listen to this, right?
All right.
The NFL is not. The teams aren't that good this year. They have nothing else to talk about of substance. They have to create these storylines that they're just speculating and they're trying to throw something on the wall and make it stick, and it's just not going to happen. Tom Brady's almost just like messing with the media at that point and messaging to know that question. Do you think TB12, a brand that Tom Brady has built in the last 5 to 10 years, he's just going to give it up just because he got this trade halfway through a season? No.
I mean, he wouldn't give up TB12.
No, but he would have to change the name of it because he won't
Possibly.
be 12 anymore.
I mean, unless he's 12 on another team, but I mean, if I was a player on another team and I had number 12, I'd give it to Tom Brady. Just because he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, obviously. But if you're Tom Brady, you don't give up your number. That's almost like if Didi Gregorius got traded to the Yankees when Derek Jeter was still playing. Jeter's not going to give up his number 2. That just does not happen.
I mean, you're right. It doesn't happen, but Brady doesn't really like all these rookie players on the team. He doesn't get along with Myers that well or Harry. He just seems very frustrated on the team right now.
This is a soap opera? Come on.
I mean, when
it
Antonio
is.
Brown was in the locker room, yes, it was a soap
Well,
opera.
sure. And now he's gone. And I just, maybe Tom Brady just getting bored of winning. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he wants a challenge. Maybe being in New England isn't a challenge enough. Maybe
I mean,
he
look at the
wants-
schedule. It's not really challenging. Look, they play,
sure.
Each team twice in their division. Their division is probably one of the worst divisions in the NFL.
So let's say he goes to the Chargers in LA, right? Tom Brady ends his career in New England this season. This is the last year he goes to the Chargers in LA next season. You honestly think, George, that what happens if Tom Brady looks awful, next year in the Chargers and they aren't even a 500 team? And that's how Tom Brady's going to go out?
I think any team that Tom Brady is on, I think would be a good team.
That looks bad on his resume.
It would look bad on his resume, yes, but I mean, he's still one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play regardless. I mean, look at Michael Jordan in his final years playing on the Wizards. He didn't do that good, but everyone remembers him for the Bulls, and that's why he's still one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Again, we haven't truly seen a quarterback what Tom Brady has done in all of football. Honestly, the story of Tom Brady, his whole career, we haven't really seen it happen before this way. And I think it would be a disgrace if he went to another team.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I want him to go to another team. I'm just saying that a lot of it is speculated to go his way, for him to leave.
And maybe because it's all rooted from the king of sources at ESPN, Adam Schefter, after talking about it after the last Patriot game, where he kind of broke it down and released some inside sources about him selling his house, and then also Alex Guerrero selling his house as well and moving out to L.A. Brady is from the L.A. area.
He's from San Fran.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what if he could go to the 49ers again?
Sure, he
Or
could.
not again, but...
Yeah. Yeah, but again, it's all things that you can speculate on, but I don't buy into it. I really don't. I think Tom Brady is just messing with the media at this point. I feel like he's just kind of trolling everyone and just trying to just stir the pot a little bit because I don't think he's very happy with the media at this point.
No, he doesn't like the media right now. He's kind of turning into Bill Belichick a little bit. The short answers, the snarky remarks, and that's pretty much what Bill Belichick does, and Tom Brady's kind of turning into that.
Well, and I kind of have to give him credit where credit is due because at the end of the day, George and Alex, Tom Brady has not been treated very fairly by the media.
No.
And look, you could look at it from all aspects. You could look at Deflategate and Spygate and all these different aspects. And now we're seeing it this past year where Tom Brady was a part of the Netflix spoof and he was on the green screen. And then they got into that whole conversation. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But sure, also, you're Tom Brady. You're one of the... You talk about magnifying glasses for NFL stars or an athlete where he's never truly been in trouble. Sure, he got suspended for the 4 games for Deflategate, but then you could go into this speculation where it was never even truth. You know, it was never proven. They destroyed all the evidence. There was no true evidence that he deflated the football.
That was all.
We could go on and on and on about all that stuff. Same with Spygate. They had some proof with that, but why does that affect Tom Brady? It really doesn't. But he was involved in it, all these different aspects and storylines that we could go through in the years and years of the storyline of Tom Brady. Again, we haven't seen it ever in the NFL, a career like Tom Brady, especially at the age of 42 today. But hang on now, guys. Tom Brady's going to just say, okay, Kraft, Belichick, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to go play for another team. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
All right. I mean, like I said, it's all speculation. I mean, it kind of points that way if you think about it, but he could be just downsizing his house. Maybe his house is too big, or maybe he wants a bigger one. I don't know, but everything just seems to point that way.
It does. I guess so. Well, we'll see. We'll have to tune in and find out next, right? What's happening on the...
Yeah, we will.
Oh, boy. Well, anyways, George, since you're here, do you feel like the Patriots are ever going to lose another game?
Their toughest matchup, because they have...
It has to be this weekend against the Ravens.
It depends. If Patrick Mahomes is back for that Chiefs game, then the Chiefs Patriots game will be a really tough game. But the Ravens are looking good. If it wasn't for Mahomes' injury, I would say the Chiefs would be going to the AFC Championship game. But I'm looking at it right now, and I think the Ravens are front runner for that because Lamar Jackson has been playing great. They got Marcus Peters on their defense, so they have a decent defense as well, but the way that Lamar Jackson has been playing this year is phenomenal. Looking at that Seahawks game, I mean, it was just back and forth between Wilson and Jackson with just amazing throws and amazing touchdown passes. So I do like the Ravens. They're going to be a tough team to beat next week, and the fact that it's in Baltimore will be a little bit harder for the Patriots to win. It's getting a little colder
out, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Patriots from New England area, that won't really be an impact. But they always get a little strange to me when they played on the road.
Yeah, especially this time of year. They definitely played different on the road. That's why that first game in Miami, I was a little bit nervous because they never do well in Miami. And the fact that the Dolphins are coming up here for the last game of the season in January, when it's probably going to be cold and probably snowy out, is different because... like those games when New England's on the road in the warmer states, they always tend to lose those because they're so used to playing in the cold weather up here, for like 3 months out of the year. But then, they go into the warmer weather and they just somehow just find a way to lose. But I think it's the Baltimore game is definitely be a test for the Patriots to see how their defense, because this is like their first real team that they're going to be playing.
No, I would 100% agree with you once again. Alex and George joining me up until the 8 o'clock hour this morning. Coming up next, the Astros were able to sweep the homestand in Washington, D.C. Now they're sending it back to Houston for their chance to win the second World Series in the last 3 seasons. Coming up next here on Power 88. Welcome back to Power 88. Once again, Alex Feuz and George Hathaway bringing you up until the 8 o'clock hour this morning. World Series matchup, Game 5, Sunday Night Baseball once again. And it looks like the last time we'll have Sunday Night Baseball in 2019. Surprising turnaround in the World Series. I had the Nationals in 6. That's not going to happen. If anything, it would be Nationals in 7, but I don't see it happening because I have 2 words. Yordan Alvarez. What a stud. What a rookie. 22 years old. and hitting home runs like no other. And now providing the Astros a 3-game sweep of the homestand in Washington, D.C. Now sending it back to Houston for Game 6. And if the Astros win one more, there's going to be another championship in Houston, Texas. George, I had the Nationals in 6. You've had the Astros winning the World Series for ever since the show has been born.
I did. And the fact, a lot of people are, doubting the Astros on just because they're down 0-2 in the series against the Nationals. Everyone's saying, oh, what if they get swept? Because they've now have a 3-game road stretch. The Astros are going to be on the road for 3 games in D.C. And the fact that the Nationals did not win one single game at home is just kind of like unsettling, especially if you wanted the Nationals to win. But the Nationals, what they're known for in this postseason is that they are a road team. They can go on the road and win. And that's what they did ever since the Dodgers series. And here they are. They're up 2-0 against the Astros after beating them twice at home. And then a lot of people were worried that the Astros weren't going to, they're kind of going to sell out in the World Series. But Garrett Cole just played phenomenal last night.
Well, he's the best pitcher in the world.
Oh, he really is. And he showed it last night. He knew what the series meant if they lost and they were down 3-2, because the Nationals are good on the road. So if they gave the Nationals that momentum, then the series could be a little bit different. But Cole did what he had to do, and I think a lot of this kind of rides that Scherzer was out just hours before the game. I think it was neck spasms or something like that, or something in the nervous system in his neck. So that's going to be big, especially if he's not going to be back for the rest of the series.
It's not looking good for Scherzer.
No, it's not at all. And he's been pitching really well lately. He's not known as a postseason pitcher, but all of a sudden, this past few series, especially since the Cardinals series in the NLCS, he did really well. And I mean, this pitching for the Nationals, it seems to kind of been slowing down. It's been going kind of back in that slump that the Nationals are kind of known to have, especially in the postseason.
Again, the Nationals have been riding that hot wave definitely all the postseason and at the end of the regular season. That's what ultimately pushed them into the wild card game. They were able to really upset the Dodgers and then upset the Cardinals, and then they were trying to pull that same card against the Houston Astros to really be known as one of the most underdog teams we've seen in recent memory in baseball. Now it's up to Steven Strasburg, who's 4-0 with a 1.93 ERA this postseason. He won the wild card game in relief and then won 2 starts against the Dodgers, the Cardinals, and also the Astros this series. He outpitched Verlander in Game 2, giving up 2 runs in 6 innings. Strasburg led the National League with 18 victories this season, going up against Justin Verlander. Verlander, another one who struggled, especially in the World Series in his career. He's 0-5 in the World Series after losing Game 2. He's made 6 starts overall in the Fall Classic, and with a 5.73 ERA. Verlander went 21-6 this season and led the majors in wins, but is 1-3 with a 4.15 ERA and 5 postseason starts.
Yeah, in numbers, I mean, for Verlander aren't looking too well. So if you're a Nationals fan, you're pretty much hoping for that Game 7 just because of how Verlander's been doing this postseason. But Verlander's kind of can surprise you as well. You might think that he may be in a pitching slump, but then out of nowhere, he just kind of throws lights out.
Right, and I think those numbers are they don't really show the whole picture.
They don't. It's just kind of nitpicking each little thing.
If you looked really under the hood of the car and the stats of Justin Verlander, or if you just look back at the starts that he had, I mean, yeah, he gave up 4 runs in the first inning against the Yankees in Game 5, but then what happened after that first inning? He retired 10 Yankees in a row.
Right.
And didn't give up a hit for 5 innings.
Exactly. So I mean, there's more to the story than just him being 0-5 in the World Series, but I think that, Strasburg has been pitching well, and we said that about Scherzer too, but he's likely out for the rest of the season. So as long as these pitchers can come up in big moments, this is going to be a big game for Verlander. And I think just because that the Astros are going to be at home, that I think Verlander can kind of build off of the crowd's momentum, that he can start pitching well, and it'll be tough for Strasburg to pitch in that atmosphere.
Yes, people are calling this a dynasty in Houston. They're not there yet.
I don't
feel
think
like they need
they're not a dynasty.
at least 3 championships to be considered a dynasty.
Yeah.
And they are looking to add another championship trophy to the case this week. I think they're going to do it. I think the Astros have it all to win the World Series. But also, I have to play devil's advocate here. You can't count the Nationals out.
You cannot. And that's what's been happening all postseason is that, all right, so the Nationals won the wild card game. All right, so let's see how they play against the Dodgers. Oh, wait, they're playing the Dodgers. So, and Kershaw was playing really well at that point. That's why everybody was counting on the Dodgers to win. And then out of nowhere, Game 5, the Nationals showed up and they beat the Dodgers and pretty much shocked baseball world. I mean, even though the Dodgers have been a disappointment in the last 7 years, I mean, not even winning a World Series. They've been there twice, but haven't won a World Series. It's kind of upsetting to see that happen. I mean, a team that's been there so many times to not even win one. But that's what's great about baseball is you can go there as many times as, to the World Series, but then you just can't win one. And then they played the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are an experienced team in the postseason with, they have a few championships under their belt. And then they swept the Cardinals. So then now you're in the World Series and they're up 2-0, and now people are like, okay, this Nationals team is growing on us. So I think that as long as they're the underdog in the story, that I think then the Nationals will kind of build off that and win.
Again, sending it back to Houston. Game 6 and potentially Game 7, both taking place in Houston, and the Astros have it all to win a World Series. Justin Verlander on the mound, Steven Strasburg on the mound. I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be must-see baseball. It's going to be
definitely
postseason, just the fall classic, and it's going to be a little chilly outside up here, not down there. But again, you kind of start to feel the end of a great MLB season. And it's been a great year for a lot of teams. It's been a sad year for a couple teams. And it's also going to be one of the best baseball off seasons we've seen in recent memory. A lot of top names out there that are free agents looking. I know the trade market is red hot for a lot of big name players. We are going to establish what's called, again, we'll look into the free agents in baseball twice a week, starting on the show once the World Series ends. A little hot stove edition of the MLB offseason, looking at the free agents in depth, starting once the World Series ends, providing everyone and all of our listeners some great insight on who is a free agent, who's out there on the trade market, what's the manager looking like for the manager status of next season for different teams. Are we going to see different managers switching teams? That's a rumor as well. Again, the Mets are still without a manager at this point. The Red Sox have a new GM. All new things happening in the baseball world that we'll break down once the World Series ends. Again, our main focus on the show, of course, it is the Astros Nationals World Series, but there's so much more to talk about in the baseball world once the World Series ends. But George, thanks for joining me on for this segment.
No problem.
Coming up next, top 5 news headlines of the day. What's the word on Sam Darnold's strange injuries? Next on Power 88. Welcome back to Power 88 Radio. Alex Feuz and Alex Marie, George Hathaway bringing you up until the 8 o'clock morning on this great Monday. Top 5 news headlines of the day. The new Batman movie release date announced, and there's a new Batman in town. Alex, did you see this news headline?
Yeah,
new Batman?
I saw. I don't know how I feel about the new Batman. Do you want me to
Robert
say?
Pattinson?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Interesting choice.
I mean, he's seen, from like Twilight as the vampire, like the hot boy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him being Batman. I haven't seen the latest like Batman,
Neither have I.
but I don't know. He doesn't seem like a Batman to me. He just seems, like as the pretty boy,
Right.
like the vampire. I only can see him as that. But
Sure.
like how like in the Hunger Games, like Katniss, I only can see. I don't know. For me, I only can see her playing like Lawrence as Katniss, and that's about it.
I feel like
one of
it's
those-
so tough for an actor that was in a popular movie like Twilight, like Robert Pattinson, and then to go to another franchise. He's not like one of those actors. I feel like I'm very, he's an impressive actor. He's a great actor, but he's almost kind of stuck in that role.
Yeah, I feel once you, and especially since it was such a long series of movies, it wasn't just one big movie that came
Exactly.
out. It lasted over years, and it was just such a big franchise. And at that point, everyone just sees you as that one character, and it's really hard to break free of that one character and for people to see you differently. I can see how it happens to many actors, and it's really, really hard. And it's happening right now to him. I can't see him being a Batman. But, maybe he can pull through and he does really amazing. And
Right.
he proves everyone wrong. Proves me wrong.
And I feel like, look, I think he's going to do a great job as Batman. And I hope he does because I love the franchise of the Batman movies. But I think he would be a great Joker. Don't you think? I feel like he has that just look about him that he could be that villain. But I don't know if he could be Batman. That's the thing.
Yeah, no. Did you see the new Joker movie?
I haven't.
I haven't gone to see it. I tried to watch it, in my dorm, but it didn't really go that well. I saw like the beginning of it. It seemed really good. I liked that movie. I know the Riddler in this movie is supposed to be Paul Dano. Mm-hmm. So I mean that would be interesting. I can't see Robert Pattinson being like a Riddler or anything. I don't know about a Joker either.
Yeah, maybe maybe Robin. Batman and Robin. Like
Yeah,
as
maybe
a
he'd be a
sidekick?
nice sidekick.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just can't see him as like in like a superhero movie. I just like don't see it.
It's strange.
I don't know.
Headline number 4, Bill Belichick picked up his 300th career victory against the Browns. The big story coming out of New England, Patriots still undefeated. Alex, Bill Belichick, greatest coach of all time, yes or no?
I think so, but I am biased. I
Sure.
think 300 wins is a crazy number to me. And I like how we said earlier how it was full circle. He won his first game as a coach of the Browns, and then he won his 300th game playing the Browns, which is pretty cool.
Belichick stated that the only thing better than 300 is 301. Once again, the Patriots going against the Baltimore Ravens this Sunday. Going to be a tough matchup for the Pats, but we'll see if they can pull it off and be 9-0 this season. Headline number 3, a timeline of Sam Darnold's increasingly weird injuries. He missed a lot of the season for his mono and strep at the same time in week 2, and then it went through week 3 and week 5. The quarterback missed 2 more games due to his spleen enlarging from the mono. And then we look at week 7, he lost a toenail against the New England Patriots. And then in week 8, he sprains his thumb against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So as we can tell, he's very injury prone, and the New York Jets don't really need that right now.
No, it's been already a tough season for the Jets, but even tougher for Sam Darnold. Each week, the Jets quarterback seems to suffer a new injury.
Yeah, I mean, he missed 3 games when he got mono. I mean, and he missed 2 games when he was with his spleen, and then he didn't miss any games when he lost his toenail, but that could be really tough on someone. And this week he sprained his thumb, so I don't know if that's going to take him out for next week too. Maybe he can play through the pain, but I don't know about that. Maybe he'll have to miss this week too.
Again, Ian Rappaport tweeted out, #Jets quarterback Sam Darnold suffered a sprained left thumb. Coach Adam Gase told reporters he taped it earlier today. It's going to be, again, the Jets have 9 games left this season, so again, the odds are not in Sam Darnold's favor to stay healthy the rest of the season. 9 games left. It's going by quick, isn't it? We're halfway through the NFL season.
Yeah, and I'm upset because I love the football season. I don't want it to be over.
See, The only negative thing I have about the NFL season, it's winter time.
Yeah.
You know, it just football and snow just kind of are like peanut butter and jelly, especially at this time of year. It's kind of like we're getting out of October. Once Halloween hits, and after that, it's a free-for-all. We could have snow one day and then sunny the next. You just don't really know what the month of November brings, and then December, then January, then February, and hopefully never in March or in April. It's just a question mark of snow, and I'm not for it. I hate snow.
I mean, I feel like all we have to worry about right now is especially the freezing cold that happens in New England. And like you said, just one day it can be 20 degrees and the next day it could be 60. So you never know. But I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to worry about snow too early this year. I'm hoping it holds off until February. So it's Super Bowl time and we'll be somewhere warm anyways.
Headline number 2, back in the World Series in baseball. The Astros and Nationals going up against each other in Game 6. Alex, any prediction in particular? Do you feel this is the year the Astros are going to be winning another series championship?
I mean, looking at how they played last night, they looked very well. I hope they're able to. I'm on the Astros side. I want to see them win. I think Houston has been playing very well this whole series, and I think they'll be able to pull through tomorrow night against Washington. And I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. I want to see the Astros win, but that's just my opinion.
Sure. I mean, it's going to be a great game. Steven Strasburg going up against Justin Verlander. I'm looking forward to it. Last headline of the day. Again, this is my favorite one. It's always going to be the national holiday. And today, it is National Chocolate Day. Today, October 28th, recognizes one of the world's favorite tastes. While many specific chocolate-related holidays exist throughout the year, just a few days ago, it was National Chocolate Cupcake Day. As in America's favorite flavor, chocolate is well-deserving of its own day of honor. How is chocolate made? Chocolate comes from the seed of the tropical cocoa tree and now cultivated as one of the most popular flavors in the world.
I mean, yeah, it's my favorite. If I wanted just something simple, nothing too crazy, I'd definitely go chocolate. I know a ton of people go vanilla, but chocolate's definitely the better choice for me.
For ice cream?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, like when you're picking a shake or like a Frosty from Wendy's, I don't know. Getting a vanilla shake, I don't know. There's like two different types of people. It's the one that gets a vanilla shake, one that gets a chocolate.
I don't like chocolate ice cream. I only do vanilla.
Oh,
I'm that person.
You're the person.
I'm that person. I hate chocolate ice cream.
Is it just chocolate ice cream?
Yeah.
You can just eat like a chocolate bar, but you can't eat chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll eat it.
It's not your favorite.
It's not my favorite. You know, if it came down to ice cream or no ice cream, I'm going for ice cream. And if it's chocolate, it's chocolate. But if it's a choice whether I get vanilla or chocolate, I can't do twist. Because then I always feel like they put more chocolate in the twist.
I feel like they always put more vanilla.
I could have vanilla dipped in the chocolate. That's good.
Okay. So you're very picky.
I'm very picky about my ice cream. But at the end of the day, it has to be vanilla ice cream. I think there's different chocolate, like hard ice creams that I would like a chocolate brownie or a chocolate peanut butter. Like a chocolate peanut butter cup hard ice cream, I could do.
Also, it's just the soft serve that throws you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really throw me. I would just rather have vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
You know, I'm just not a fan of chocolate ice cream. That's just my opinion.
I think in the dining hall, we have the ice cream machine.
Mm-hmm.
The vanilla is definitely better than the chocolate. I don't know why.
Yes.
It's softer. It comes out like weird with the chocolate. It's like hard at this point.
It is very strange, and I'm not a true fan. I had it once, and it actually was pretty good, but then I had it again, and it was not good.
I mean, yeah, it's a hit or miss, sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. Chocolate is definitely my favorite flavor of ice cream, and I don't know. I would go chocolate any day. I don't know about vanilla. My mom's definitely a more vanilla girl. She always gets the vanilla ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm on your mom's side. It has to be vanilla ice cream for me. But Alex, before we send it to a quick break, train traffic and weather updates. How is it looking out there at 7:45 this morning?
Okay, so right now in Franklin, it's 48 degrees. It'll reach a high of 56 and hit a low of 47. The rest of the day is supposed to be clear and cloudy. For traffic, there is major congestion on Route 93 from Blue Hills Reservation all the way into South Boston. Route 24 is backed up from Brockton all the way to Blue Hills Reservation. There is a slowdown where Route 95 and 495 cross. 95 is also backed up from Canton to Dedham. You should expect overall around a 15-minute delay on your commute today.
Well, now, thank you, Alex. And coming up next on Power 88. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
Yeah, just
Whoops.
a little bit. I just have to finish the train.
Okay.
For the train, there seems to be no delays this morning for the commuter rail for services changes starting the weekends. Through November 4th, from 8 a.m. to 3:30, shuttle buses will replace Franklin line service between Forge Park and Franklin due to track maintenance. And also on weekends till November 24th, Franklin train service replaced by free buses between Forge Park and Reedville for a Fairmount line connection while the PTC is still involved. And now I'm done with the train traffic and weather report. Sending back to you.
Well, thank you, Alex. And coming up next, we're going to be looking ahead at Game 6 of the World Series with George Hathaway. Next on Power 88. Alex Feuz and George Hathaway bringing you up until the 8 o'clock hour. We got about 5 minutes left of the show, George. We're just going to do a quick rundown. Again, we talked the Patriots 8-0, still undefeated. Bill Belichick 300 wins. We got the Astros sweeping the Nationals. They now just have one game to another victory, championship victory that is in Houston. Top 5 news headlines of the day. Batman, Robert Pattinson. What's your take on that, George? Robert Pattinson as Batman.
I don't really see it. I like, I don't know, the Batman series has been all over the place lately. I'm definitely more of a Marvel fan than I am a DC fan, but I did go see the new Joker movie. It was a very good movie.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did like it. It was really, you kind of like went into the mind of a like a psycho person kind of.
Whoa.
And it was,
That's deep.
It was really deep movie. Some scenes I was like, whoa, like did I really just see this happen? Like it was kind of like,
Was it scary?
it wasn't scary. It was just very like very gruesome at some points. So,
Dark?
Yeah, it was very dark. It was a very dark movie.
Okay.
And that's what DC is mostly known for, like dark movies.
Sure.
And I for like the Batman series, I've watched it, but like I've never really been like a big Batman fan. I'm more of a Iron Man kind of guy, especially in the Marvel universe. But yeah, like I didn't really hear about this, but he kind of like, hearing you guys talk about it, you and Alex earlier, it was just I was like, I probably won't really see it then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it just kind of like, ooh, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
It's just not like, yes, I can't wait to see this person, be Batman. It's like, I don't know. But, I mean, you have to go forward. I think they know what they're doing.
I think they do. I mean, the directors definitely know what they're doing.
Maybe they want to bring Batman in a different way,
Yeah, it could always be seen as a different way. I mean, like you have to really, if you want to be Batman, you have to like, as an actor, you kind of have to go through that role of being Batman.
Sure.
Like even for the It movies, I forgot who played Pennywise, but like he had like kind of like really kind of like revamp who like he was as a person just so he can be in that character. But like for Batman, it takes like a big role on you. I mean, you have to like gain a lot of muscle too. The actor who played Joker, I read this, he had to lose 50 pounds just to be like in that role as Joker.
Yeah.
So you like as actors, you have to really, play the part even in your own personal lives. You have to, work out, or
Look
like
at The
even lose
Rock.
weight. Yeah.
I mean, Dwayne Johnson kind of best, look at the characters he, is, and then you see like, okay, you really have to be that type of person
Right. You do.
to fit the role.
Yeah, you really have to, and that's why like an actor these days is very tough because a lot of directors really try to push you to do like above and beyond just walking on the set and just doing what you have to do. They really want you to really dedicate yourself to this character.
Well, George, we'll move on to the final question I'll ask for you today in the show. Game 6 tomorrow night, Verlander, Strasburg. Game 6 of the World Series. If the Astros win, they win the World Series. If the Nationals win, it goes to Game 7. Is the World Series ending tomorrow night, or are we going to see one more game of baseball this season?
Verlander's going to close it out. Astros are going to be winning in 6 games, and they're bringing home their second championship in 3 years.
All right, well, you heard it here first from George Hathaway that the Astros are going to win tomorrow night. We'll see tomorrow if it's true. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting season.
Mm-hmm.
But, and what an unbelievable season for both of those two teams.
It has been.
You know, no matter who wins or loses, it's been a phenomenal year. I think it's a little bit of an upset if the Astros don't win it. But, again, you make it to the World Series as an accomplishment.
Definitely. This is just a great wrap-up for baseball, for the baseball season in general. I mean, you have this underdog story, you know, coming into the World Series and coming into the postseason in general. You know, the Nationals, kind of that team that nobody expected to be in the World Series, especially after their rough start they had.
100%. But George, thanks for joining me on the show today. Signing off for Alex and George, I'm Alex Feuz. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow morning. Have a great